the situation, he saw that by Durvasa boon, Kunti could obtain more powerful sons, born of the gods themselves, who would ensure the Kuru welfare and become the great leaders in the world. Pandu approached Kunti again a year after Yudhishthira's birth and said, "The wise have declared that a ruler should possess strength as well as righteousness. Therefore, please invoke the wind god, Vayu, the strongest of the gods. By him we shall get a son who will be the most powerful man upon this earth." Kunti folded her palms and bowed in assent, and she again sat in meditation, this time calling for Vayu. In the moment, the god appeared and riding a huge deer. In a voice that sounded like a thunder cloud, the effulgent god said with a smile, "O Kunti, what do you desire from me?" Kunti was bashful as she replied, "O best of celestials, please give me a son who will possess immense bodily strength, who will be capable of humbling the pride of everybody." The god agreed, and by his yogic power, he approached Kunti and conceived a child within her womb. When Vayu's child took his birth, a voice was again heard from the sky saying, "This child will be the best of all those endowed with strength and power." Pandu and Kunti were even more joyful to see their second son, whom they named Bhima. Along with Madari and in the company of the rishis and siddhas, they lovingly raised their children in the remote and beautiful woodland on the mountain side. Some months after Bhima birth, Kunti was sitting near the edge of mountain cliff with Bhima asleep on her lap. Suddenly, a tiger roared nearby. She jumped up in a fear, and the baby rolled from her lap over the cliff edge. Struck with horror, Pandu quickly descended the cliff. When he reached the bottom, he saw the child lying unharmed, amid a pile of rocky fragments. The baby had landed upon a large rock and had smashed it into pieces. In amazement, Pandu gently lifted his child and took him back to Kunti. So yeah, that was the power of Bhima. He just crushed the rock. Even with two sons, Pandu continued to reflect on the future of his dynasty. He thought success in this world depends upon exertion, but exertion is always subordinate to destiny. Yet, even destiny is controlled by the will of the Supreme Lord. How then can I obtain a son who will be best of all those devoted to the Lord? Okay, so now he wants a devotee. So Pandu thought of Indra, the king of all the gods and famous devotee of the Lord. Indra had formerly performed 1,000 sacrifices for Lord Vishnu pleasure. He possessed immeasurable might, prowess, and glory. From him would surely come a son who would be superior to all. Pandu consulted with the rishis and was advised that he and Kunti should practice an ascetic vow for 1 year to please Indra. At the end of that period, Kunti should summon the god with her mantra. Okay, so here rishis are giving the advice that he should, for 1 year, they should do some practice, some sacrifice. Then they should call Indra. The monarch and his wife then accepted a vow of standing on one leg from sunrise till sunset. Okay, taking neither food nor water. They kept their minds absorbed in meditation and prayer for one complete year. Oh my God! So for for 1 year they were practicing this till sunrise to sunset. They were standing on one leg for 1 year with an aim to please Indra. At the end of the year, Indra spoke to Pandu in his meditation. "I have become pleased with you, O king. I shall give you a son who will protect a religion and chastise the wicked. He will delight his friends and relatives and slay his foes. Indeed, this boy will be the best of men." So he was like a Nar Narayan, so he was the best Nara. So following Pandu's request, Kunti again chanted a mantra. Indra appeared immediately, his bodily luster lighting up the whole region. By the power of the thousand-eyed Indra, Kunti conceived, and in time, dark complexioned child was born. For the third time, the heavenly voice was heard, resounding over the mountainside. O Kunti, this child will be equal in strength to Indra and indeed Shiva himself. He shall be called Arjuna. He will spread your fame everywhere. He will subjugate many powerful kings and greatly increase the prosperity of your dynasty. Agni, Shiva, and Indra will all be gratified by this boy's service. He shall have no equal in prowess and will be famous throughout the three worlds. So, overhearing this as well as other prophecies regarding Arjuna's future greatness, the rishis on that mountain were filled with joy. They uttered blessings while the celestial drums reverberated and showers of the flowers fell from the sky. Many gods and heavenly sages appeared before Kunti and offered the child benediction. Only the ascetic rishis could see them as they appeared in their ethereal forms. Standing in chariots and on mountain peaks, the rishis were astonished by that wonderful sight and they stood with folded palms. So many celestial beings, all the demigods came and gave benediction to Arjuna. So Pandu was delighted. He now had three matchless sons. Seeing the wonderful result of Durvasa moon, he decided to ask Kunti to use the mantra a fourth time and summon yet another powerful god. When he approached her again, however, Kunti refused. O learned man, even in times of emergency, it is never sanctioned by scripture for a woman to have intercourse with more than three men. Have you forgot the ordinance? I would become debased if I again conceived by another. So she refused. She said, in the case of emergency, you can do, but only with the three men. You cannot do more than that. As per the scriptures, Kunti was knowing. So the king fell silent, and Kunti was right. He decided not to ask for any more sons and continued to live peacefully in the forest with his two wives. Their three sons grew luxuriantly in their care. Then one day Madri approached Pandu privately, and my lord, I do not complain that you treat me less favorably than Kunti, even though I am of a higher birth. I still have no complaint. My one grief is that you have no sons by me. Madri found her position unbearable. No princess in her line had ever gone without issue. Kunti had three sons, and Madri had heard that Dhritarashtra's wife Gandhari had given birth to 100 sons in Hastinapur. Yet she, the lawful wife of a great hero, was childless. She asked Pandu to request Kunti to teach her the mantra. Madri explained that she was too shy to ask her directly, since Kunti was her rival. So Pandu smiled and he felt compassion for his younger wife. Oh, Madri, I had already been considering this myself. I was reluctant to ask you because I was not sure how you might feel. So now that I know your mind, I shall certainly speak with Kunti. I do not think she will refuse. So, yeah, Pandu wants the same, but he was not able to ask Madri because he was thinking that she may take it in a wrong way. So now Madari, he got the permission from Madari, so now he's asking to Kunti. The monarch approached Kunti immediately. He told her of Madari's sorrow and asked her to be gracious to her co-wife Vandu, made it clear that he also desired more sons to secure more fully the good of his race, including that of himself and indeed Kunti. So Kundi assented to her husband's request and told Madri, O gently lady, I shall recite the mantra for your benefit. Please think of some deity from whom you desire offspring. Madri thought carefully. Most probably Kunti would allow her to use the mantra only once. If she summoned the inseparable twins Ashwini gods, she would get two sons at once. She, she, she acted smartly. Even as she thought of the two gods, they appeared before her, aglow with celestial splendor. Bashfully, she asked that they unite with her to conceive children, and they immediately agreed, and they begot upon Madri two boys of incomparable beauty, who were named Nakula and Sadev. Upon their birth, the divine voice said, these virtuous and accomplished sons will transcend in energy and beauty even their celestial fathers. Okay, so they will be very beautiful. So the rishi performed all the rites of passage for the five boys, and they grew up swiftly. Even at the age one, they appeared as if they were 5 year old. Pandu was overwhelmed with happiness at seeing his son extraordinary strength, beauty, energy, and wisdom. All the boys became favorites of the rishis, and they sported like five Gandharvas descendant to earth. Okay, so I think we should stop here. Is there any questions or comments? Hare Krishna. No, then we can stop here. We will read next time. Everyone was able to understand.